All right, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Tweedy back in with another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Sonic's tier list. Sonic's tier list. So Sonic dropped a new tier list and actually did a Twitch VOD or a Twitch stream where they went over, all the reasoning, stuff like that. There's a lot of hot takes on here. And yeah, we're going to go over it. Let's see. Wait, where did Sonic actually start talking?
All right, y'all ready to hear the actual best tier list, like, on the fucking planet? Like, no, like, I'm being dead ass. Like, are you guys actually ready to hear the best tier list on the fucking list? It's assuming that people are using the best possible cameo that they possibly can. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, here we go. So, yeah, your top 5, easy. We can get this out the way. Johnny's probably the best character in the game.
I agree.
Very easily. So, there's a lot of characters in S+ tier. S+ tier means you kind of have something that, like, is pretty fucked up, okay? So, Johnny's obviously up here.
Okay, I can see that. I agree.
Raiden's still top tier. Oh, wait, sorry. Where the fuck is Kenshi?
So Sonic said this is ordered? Okay, so Sonic already put someone ahead of Raiden. Okay, I agree. I would put Raiden and Kenshi up there. I agree. It's going to be interesting to see what order Sonic places Raiden. I have Raiden about like at 5th, 6th, maybe 7th range. It's going to be interesting to see what spot Sonic puts Raiden. You might be like, Tweety, you saw this tier list on Twitter yesterday. What do you mean? I only remember the Omni-Man and the Baraka placement and the Sindel placement. Those are the only ones I remember. Everything else I already forgot.
Kenchi's right here.
Y'all aren't going to like the Baraka placement because it's just facts.
You're top. This shit is broken. Okay. All right.
My YouTube audience is going to hate the Baraka placement.
Top 5. Oh, Sindel.
They want to think he's still top 5 so bad.
The dumbest character I think I've ever experienced in this game, and I am maining her now. Who else is in S tier? Liu Kang. Oh, Asha's top 5.
Okay, so here's the thing about Sindel. Here's the thing. Like, obviously, we thought Sindel was mid-tier. That was because we were going off Sindels that were using, like, Sub-Zero Cameo, right? And you might be like, oh, anyone that Sonic picks up is just S tier. Actually, Sonic got put on by Koizi. Koizi was using Sindel Lao and placing really good. Like, I'm talking, like, 3rd or 4th in the IKFK or, like, 1K tournament. Beat Dragon. Beat, like, it wasn't just Sonic. Like, Koizi put Sonic on to Sindel Lao. And if you watch my games versus Sonic, by the time this is uploaded, I've had 2 videos versus Sonic Sindel uploaded. Dude, like, her synergy with Lohat, which, by the way, Lohat, obviously the best cameo in the game. Her synergy with Lohat is, like, top 3. Like, name me a character who synergizes better with Lohat. If you say Liu Kang, I agree. Now, anyone else, I think she's, like, top 3. Maybe Melina-ish, maybe? But I don't know, not even low-key. Like, Sindel, the setup she gets with Lohat are so, like, smooth and good. And also, the zoning conversion she gets with Lohat. Like, Katana kind of does the same thing a little bit that she does with zoning. Not even a little bit. Katana does do it. But Katana doesn't get the same, like, setups and, like, mix-ups that Sindel gets as easily with Lohat. You know what I'm saying? And you might be like, oh, everyone has Sindel mid-tier, like, this and that. That's the thing about this game, though. A cameo that really synergizes well with a character can change everything. You know what I mean? Like, Sindel with Sub-Zero probably is kind of mid. Probably is kind of mid in the grand scheme. But you add a cameo like Lao, and she, like, floats and converts with her projectiles and does all this stuff with Lohat, she's up there. You know what I mean? She's up there. You know, that's just how it goes. If you synergize with the best cameo in the game, better than pretty much the whole cast, besides maybe one character, you're gonna fucking boost up the tier list. That's just how MK1 is.
Liu Kang's up here.
Liu Kang, I agree. Astra, I agree.
Hold up. This could be... Nah, the set play is too broken. I think the set play is too broken. Actually.
I would put Raiden lower than all of them, though.
So
all those 3.
This is
I
the
would.
top 6 for S tier. I don't think there's any other characters that are in S+. All of these characters in here do something that's a little...
So, no one else in S+. I don't know if I agree with that. I would personally put Katana. I would put up there, maybe. I would put Geras up there, I would put. And then, from there, I agree. Because, like, you got characters like Raiko, they're very good. Kung Lao, they're very good. Kung Lao, that's very good. But yeah, I agree. These 6 are kind of above. I would maybe add Katana in there, though, myself. But, yeah. I'm interested Sonic still is rated at 3rd. I would move him down to like 5th or 6th, but you know.
A little abysmal, just a tad bit abysmal. Okay, a tad bit abysmal. I agree. I think Raiden might be a little too high. I'm tempted to put Raiden like right here. But Raiden's game plan is still pretty broken. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it is, especially with like Kano.
It's still pretty broken. These characters all have something that's pretty broken. Then
Again, it's Super Bowl. I didn't watch this, so if I say something and then Sonic says it, I'm not just copying. I didn't watch this. It's just great minds, you know what I'm saying?
So let's take a look.
No, there's some stuff me and Sonic disagree on, which you'll see.
Bitch,
Okay, so
this guy right here.
I feel like I saw Omni-Man way lower though when I saw it on Twitter.
Right here. No, actually, he's over here.
Damn. So I haven't seen Sonic's explanation, but here's my thing about Kung Lao. Here's my thing. So Kung Lao, like, whenever you fight against Kung Lao, you're like, oh my god, his armor's so broken. Oh my god, his dive kick's so broken. But like, when you actually sit down and play Kung Lao for yourself, you slowly realize that's all he's got. And you might be like, Tweedy has a jab string and back 3 and down 4. Those things are all like not that good, bro. And like, you can't play neutral with those things. You can kind of play neutral with down 4. But as far as like his neutral game, his like counter poking game, stuff like that, all he's really got is dive kick and back 4-2 and down 4. That's all he's got. That's literally all he's got. Now, are back 4-2 and dive kick 2 the best moves in the game? Yes, they are. But that's all he's got. That's all he's got, really. He's got great projectiles? No. You could literally, if you know Kung Lao's going to projectile, you can jump from basically full screen, full combo him. I don't agree, Brassy. I don't agree. I don't think his projectiles are great. I think they're okay. So yeah, Kung Lao, I don't agree that he's that low. Well, I don't want to spoil, but Sonic has Kung Lao pretty low by the end. I don't agree with that. I think back 4-2 and dive kick are good enough. They're like 2 of the best moves in the game, right? I think they're good enough to where he's higher, but I think people overrate him because they play against Kung Lao and they get hit by back 4-2, they get hit by dive kick, and then they get steamrolled, and then they assume that there's a well-rounded moveset behind all that, and the Kung Lao player is just playing kind of like yabba dabba do. But in reality, that's all he's got, really. That's all he's got.
This fella here. This fellow. Oh, Reiko's right here. I'm sorry. Reiko's.
Oh, okay, okay.
This fellow here. This bitch right here.
I feel like this tier list ended up being a little different than it looks now, though, by the end.
Let me see.
So Raiko and S+, I could agree. I could agree with that. He's definitely worse than all these characters above. That's for sure. I think we can all agree on that. I don't know if I'd put him S+ or down 1, but... And also, here's another thing. I see people, they're like, oh, why does Sonic have so many characters in S? So I come from, like, Smite, and they would, like, regularly use S tier in, like, tier lists, at least when I played. So it's not like people will be like, oh, S tier is reserved for only the most broken character ever. It's like, it just depends on your definition, right? Like, people need to relax on, like, the semantics of that.
Reiko is like either right. Yeah, I'll put Reiko right here.
Okay, I agree.
Oh, but he's so stupid when he command grabs you.
I don't think he's up there with those 6. I think he's like slightly below. Yo, Machine, thank you for the raid.
Nah, this character's S+. I'm sorry. This character is so stupid when he command grabs you. I'm sorry. Smoke is also S tier. Rain was S+ tier in the last patch, but since they nerfed him, he's probably right here now, realistically.
Damn. Damn.
He doesn't. His game plan was perfect with Cyrax, and now it's not. So he's just kind of an okay character. Like, he's still solid. He still has really good shimmies and shit like that. But he's yeah. Reptile would be in the same tier as well.
Reptile ahead of Kung Lao, okay.
Lena's in this tier as well. Lee May is right here.
Yeah, Lee May's good.
But people need to be good first. People actually need to be good first. Like, you actually need to be good first.
Yeah, I agree. I need more reasoning. Like, Sonic was like doing so good with like these, but now there's like no reasoning for like any of these placements. And I'm not saying Sonic's wrong. I just want to hear like like the thought process. Yeah, exactly, Brazy. Like, why Shang above all them? Maybe the reasonings will come.
Once
Let's
people
watch.
start understanding how to punish down once, EX down back 3 into half life, yeah, then it's time. Then it's fucking time. I'll probably put Melina like right here. She's probably the best in A plus, to be honest. Who would be the best S tier character? Omni-Man? I think Tanya's a little better than Omni-Man.
I agree. Tanya better than Omni-Man, true. Katana better than Omni-Man. Come on, Sonic.
Katana.
Come on, Sonic. Katana's better than Omni-Man. Come on. Let's be real.
Yeah, that was a little bit better than Reptile.
Yeah, Lao's better than...
honestly interchangeable. Honestly, they don't matter. These aren't really ordered. These ones aren't really ordered. They're all part of the same shit.
Okay, not really ordered down there.
Garrus? Oh yeah, Garrus is definitely up here. Oops, I forgot.
Yeah, Gears is really good right now with Kung Lao.
No, this character's S plus 2. What am I fucking?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if you have like, here's the thing. So who would y'all say have the best synergy with Kung Lao in the game? I would say Sindel, Liu, and Geras. I would say that. So I feel like if you have top 3 synergy with the best Cameo in the game, you got to be up there. Like, in my opinion.
Yeah. All the S.
Do I think Rain is S? No.
All have something that's just.
I think Rain's a little higher than Sonic thinks, but I think Lao's higher than Sonic thinks. Like below Reptile, like I don't know about that.
Like it's just actually game breaking. Like it's absolutely game breaking. Those are all of the S tier. Baraka got nerfed when Cyrax got smoked. This character got sent to right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Dude, so pre-patch, this was Baraka pre-patch. Pre-patch, you would do like one of your moves into one of your specials into Cyrax, and they could maybe armor or something, but they had to spin a bar or something like that. They could floss block, even if they floss block, you were still like plus 15. You launched off of both throws. Forward throw took meter, but you built meter like crazy. And if you landed, you did 50%. Now you know what Baraka's doing? He doesn't launch off either throw. Pressure isn't nearly as good. Damage is like dropped by like... Okay, so if you use a cameo that's like damage dependent, you lose like 10% damage from what he used to get, and you get no pressure anymore. Now, if you use a pressure cameo, you lose almost 20% damage from what he used to get. No throw combos. Like, bro, he is like one of the most nerfed characters ever. Like in NRS history, he's one of the most nerfed characters ever. Is he still good? Is he still okay? Can you still do good in a tournament, especially if people don't know how to fight him? Yes, you can. You can for sure, but he's like lower end now for sure. Like, I'm tired of like acting like that's not true. Tired of acting like that's not true.
Havoc is also...
This is cap. This is cap. This is cap. This is cap. Like, I think Sonic is wrong about this. I think Havoc with Striker is legit a dumbass team right now. Like, the way he can use, like, the EX armor to get, like 40 to, like, even, like, 60% combos with Striker, and the way he can back up all his, like, dumb, like, advancing stuff with Striker, I think that's a dumbass team right now. Do I think Havoc without Striker... Havoc without Striker might fall where Sonic put him, but I feel like with Striker, he's, like, a dumbass team. Like, I feel like Striker elevates Havoc the same way that Kung Lao elevated Sindel. Maybe not to like top 3 status, but to around like here, I would say. So that's one thing I hard disagree with Sonic on. I think Havoc Striker is legit a dumbass team right now. That I say people need to explore, but there was legit a big grand finals the other night that was Havoc Striker Mirror. It was Champions of the Realm. It was Han Rashid and Strange Havoc Striker Mirror grand finals. Like, that's a dumb team right now. It's a dumbass team.
This is the worst character in the game, but he's not bad. He's not bad.
I agree. I think, like, Scorpion and Sub are, like, lower. I don't know if I would put Scorpion, like, bottom 1. They're definitely lower, but they're not, like, shit. Like, you could still win. Like, Javier will still cook, like, most of us, you know?
I'll do this.
I'm surprised Sonic put Natara that low. I thought they were doing more... Okay.
I still think Sub-Zero is a little bit better than we give him credit for. Sorry, I'll put Havoc right down here.
Yeah, Sub-Zero with Lao Cameo is pretty good.
Havoc is really not that
like, not better than other... Dude, the Havoc thing is so cap.
Yeah, I think Scorpion is actually the worst character in the game right now.
Sonic...
He's not terrible. Actually, there's no B tier. I'm sorry, there's no B tier.
I agree. Sonic needs, like, a Koizi kind of player to put him on Havoc Striker, I feel like. Because I feel like that's a dumbass team.
There's no B tier. There's no B tier. Scorpion, the thing that makes him the worst is that Raiden kind of just does his game plan better than him, but
yeah, for sure, for sure. Like shit in the storm cell is like way better than shit in the spear. But you could still win with shit in the spear, but like you got to kind of love Scorpion. You know what I mean? To use him over like Raiden.
Can still kind of half-life you, and some of his assists are actually pretty interesting. Like I was playing against like Scorpion Kung Lao earlier today, and that shit had me fucking like in fucking shambles. I was like, this character is fucking
I feel like Sonic moves things around from here, so I'm not gonna like harp on it too much. But yeah, Kung Lao below Reptile and Baraka, and like fucking even like Rain now, is like kind of crazy to me. Like Lao only has like 2 moves, but they're two god moves, you know.
Loki, I ain't making me tier list. Fuck off. Sorry, Kung Lao's a little too low.
Okay, there we go. Improvements.
He's probably the best A+ character. Actually.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Probably the best A+ character.
I still would have him a little higher, but progress.
The thing about Kung Lao is that while his armored launcher is really bullshit, everything about him is actually kind of dog shit.
That's
like,
what I'm
actually like. I'm not.
I haven't watched this VOD. So I'm not just piggybacking off what Sonic's saying. I've been saying that. Kung Lao, he has back 4-2, he has dive kick, 2 of the best moves, but that's all he's got. That's all he's got.
Everything about him is actually kind of shit. Like it's like he's kind of a pretty shit character if he doesn't have armored launcher ready. Like legit, his entire game plan is based around that armored launcher. And then he tries to set play you to death. But the thing is, there's better set play characters and get more bang for their buck. Like all the characters in S+ tier, they can set play you really badly, and much.
Let me say the things I disagree about, so it doesn't seem like I'm just riding Sonic. So I think Havoc's way higher. I think Havoc's like around like here, like S, with Striker. I think Raiden's a bit lower. I think I would move Raikou down to S. I would move Lao up to S, bottom of S. I would move Melina up to S, bottom of S. I would... Yeah, that'd probably be what I would move all these characters... I don't know. Yeah, I would have Havoc way fucking higher, though.
It does.
Xiao, I just don't know enough about to disagree yet.
Hey, Loki, go to your bed. Hey, go to your bed.
Thought I put Havoc below Baraka. A lot's changed though. Like Baraka got nerfed like fucking crazy, and people have been finding new stuff with Havoc Striker that's actually like really insane. Like the way like you know how like Lao's like elevating Sindel. I feel like Striker is doing that for Havoc. Without Striker, Havoc's like not that great, but that team is legit dumb as fuck. Like I don't think he's like top 5, but I think he's really good.
Hey, down. Good boy. So Kombat, how about you slob on my knob? How about that?
Whoa.
Editor, cut that out. Anyways, let's see. So I can go over each character's placement, but I think. Hold on. Let me see. So let me start explaining characters, right? So I have Johnny as number 1, but I can see a world where Johnny is actually not number 1 in the game.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lot of the hype that people have around him. But I actually do think he has a couple of polarizing matchups that he still has to deal with. Like, I still think he loses to Rain. I still think he gets zoned out really badly. I actually think he loses to Sindel. I think he loses to Tanya. Like, he has some pretty polarizing matchups. Right?
Lose to Tanya. He's the only person that can blow up her main string. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like he's like bad for Tanya.
Moveless wise, he could be considered number 1, but he kind of there's a couple of issues that people aren't exploring yet.
Brazzy, I don't think Sindel being up there is recency bias, bro. I think it's the same deal as Liu Kang. Like everyone had Liu Kang mid on the beta, but once the game came out and he had top 1 synergy with one of the best cameos, like he shot up. Sindel's the same thing. People didn't really explore Sindel Lao until Koizi came over from Xbox, and she's like got top 2 synergy with the Cameo, probably. I would say like the only character to synergize better is Lou. And that's going to shoot. If you synergize that good with probably the best Cameo, you're just going to shoot up. That's just a reality, I feel like.
Character that they definitely can. Hold up, give me 2 seconds. My dog is like he really wants to go outside.
Yeah, I agree, Ketchup or Mustard. I agree. Yeah, Raiden's still great. You could do basically... So with Raiden, you could do the same thing with Kano that you did before. They're just... You don't get those, like, 50% conversions, you know? They're like you saw, like, Ninja Killa doing. You don't get those anymore. But, you know, there's ways that Raiden Kano is even better than Raiden Cyrax. Because you can do, like, knives into teleport, knives into fucking Superman. And it's hard to even tell that knives are on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So you lose damage, but he gets like weird neutral that he didn't have before. I would agree though if you were to say like 50% combos is like better than that. But I still feel like he's top tier, right? Yeah, I agree, Lazy Panda. I'm not sure what Sonic's doing. Let's get bad.
Hot takes in each tier list. So yeah, Johnny being number 1 is definitely, I think, a hot take. Like right now, I don't know who to say, but Kenshi might honestly be the best character in the game. I'm not gonna cap. I actually think Kenshi might be the best character.
Dude, you know what's crazy about Kenshi is people act like he's like not that good or whatever, or that he's just like a regular top tier. Dude, he literally, when he has Sento out on you, you have to guess like 4 times in a row. And if you guess wrong once, you get launched. And your only hope is the like armor. You have to guess right 4 times in a row, or you have to armor. But the problem with armoring is he could block while Sento's hitting you. Like, it's the best offense in the game by far. It's not even close. Like Kenshi's offense is like so far and above everyone else's. It's not even close.
In the game, it's getting hit is too dangerous, I think. And then Johnny's pretty good. I can see a world where Sindel actually jumps in the top 2, considering the vortexes that she kind of puts you in. But Raiden's game plan literally did not change at all. It literally did not change. He just does it with Goro or fucking whatchamacallit,
Kano.
Striker. Like it literally does not change. He like honestly, personally, he might still be top 3 to be honest. But Sindel's thing is
his damage is so much less. Raiden's.
Ashra, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. This bitch kind of has everything. Liu Kang. Oh, what am I? I'm kind of trolling. Garrus is definitely better than Liu Kang.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Garrus. You know, all his fucking time stop bullshit makes him really, really stupid. Liu Kang, he's kind of like the Ryu of the game. He kind of does everything, has everything. Throw KBs, like very, very good.
Throw KBs. You mean throw combos? Throw KBs? What?
His robbery is probably the
he
best
did have throw
KBs.
Game,
actually. Why the fuck does a grappler have to like some of the best zoning in the game? I still think Sindel has better zoning than Reiko, but the character is busted. Let's see. Then we move into our S tiers. The reason why Tanya could secretly sneak up to S+ tier if they keep fleshing her out a bit more, but the reason why Tanya is S tier is because her George, I think Natara is really stupid. I think
the game music's coming from Sonic, by the way, not me.
I'll get to them in a second. But Tanya, yeah, the armor launcher's really stupid. Her 4-2 is actually a war karma of a normal.
Yeah.
Good zoning. Down one mind game. She's an all-around solid character. She pretty much has literally everything you can ask for in a character. Like legit, she has like no. I actually think she has like 0 weakness. She's just really, really solid. Like even when I play this game as solid as possible. Yeah. Omni-Man, he literally just bypasses neutral within like an instant. His meterless damage is some of the highest in the entire game. He like legit hits for 40 meterless if you get the optimal combos down. His pressure is really insane. Buttons are really good. He's just his character. He's just really fucking stupid. Shang Tsung, I think this character can secretly be S tier, but his zoning is really broken, especially with Lao Hat. And then I think once people actually properly learn Shang Tsung and start morphing into everybody, it's gonna be like a fucking you know, it'll go downhill. Shao Kahn, really good neutral, and then he set plays you to death. It's pretty self-explanatory why he's good. Really high damage output. But he does kind of get zoned out really badly.
So I'm actually getting off of Omni-Man, y'all, and starting my Shao Kahn Elder God run. So it's gonna be curious what I think about Shao after I give him the Elder God. I think he's good though, but we'll see. I might get exposed.
Certain matchups, and he kind of gets mashed on a lot, which I think is a huge issue for him.
Yeah.
Katana, I'll put Katana a little slightly better than Shao Kahn. Katana, same thing with like kind of like Tanya's ordeal. She kind of has everything. Paired with Jax is really stupid. She can unblockable set play you to death. Really good meaningless damage. Some of the best zoning in the entire game. Honestly, she might be right here.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she's a little better than Omni-Man.
I think she's better than Tanya.
Just because of her set play shenanigans.
Maybe not.
She might.
Tanya's so dumb.
Better than Tanya, actually.
No, I didn't, Ash.
Because a lot of the characters on S plus T, they have really scary set play stuff, and she does too. But it just takes a little bit more for her to set it up. Because you have to be in the corner, but it doesn't matter. Like her pair of Jax get that extra life. You keep getting unblockable setups. Like that shit is really stupid. Yeah, we talked about Shao Kahn. Smoke, it's pretty self-explanatory. He goes invisible, he mixes your ass. But I actually think
maybe I need to like play Katana to like see the light on why she's not that good. But I just feel like her like first of all, her normal's got like no her box, like her back two, stuff like that. And they have armorable gaps, but like we said before, like armorable gaps aren't a big deal in this game unless you're fighting like Tanya with Goro, Kung Lao with Goro, stuff like that. And I feel like anytime Katana touches you, it leads into some crazy shit. Like she could land like the most like slight like air to air like conversion, anti-air conversion, like you're so low to the ground. She still somehow converts into like her full shit. You know what I mean? Like her ability to convert is just so crazy. And then she's got really good like offense with fucking either like Jax or Kung Lao.
his neutral's kind of weak. Like I that's why I kind of play him with Kano, because I actually think his neutral kind of sucks. But he makes up for it by, you know, going invisible and killing you instantly. So you can pick your poison when you play against this character. Li Mei could potentially become S tier once S plus tier once everybody starts full combo punishing down one.
Do I agree with Omni-Man? Let's look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Sonic has Omni-Man like top 12, top 15. I would agree. I would put him a few spots lower. But I agree. Generally, I don't think he's top 5. Don't think he's top 10.
So when you do down 1, you do EX down back 3. Like when people start doing that, she's gonna be a little busted. But she has really good zoning, really solid space control. Probably some of the best zoning in the game, actually. Some of the highest damage output in the entire game. Really good mix-ups. Like she's just honestly, she's just a very solid character. Very good strike zone. Moving on to A+, you went over Kung Lao. While he has a good 50-50, it's kind of high risk and okay-ish reward. And all he has is Armored Launcher, and that's it. When the moment he has no meter, or if Goro is not available, this character literally cannot do anything. His neutral is, I think, is absolutely garbage.
Yeah,
his movement's really good.
Like whenever you don't have Goro or meter with Kung Lao, it's like an abyss of darkness. Like what do you even do?
His zoning is actually pretty decent, so it's not like the end of the world, but like his auto shimmy is pretty cheap to deal with as well. But Melina, the moment they fix 1-2, she goes to right here. But in the meantime, she's right here.
Dude, that's why I hate that I'm piggybacking off of like everything Sonic says, but like, yeah, like that's why I stopped playing Melina, because whenever I started playing the people that were really freaking good and they started floss blocking 1-2, it's just so ugly to play her after that. It's just so ugly. Like I still disagree with Sonic. I think she's higher even with that, because you can add like low hat, like do stuff in low hat. You don't always have to do 1-2 on block, and then you can get her. She synergizes with low hat so fucking good. She synergizes with low hat so good. Throw your hat. See, throwing the hat with Kung Lao, it's not that good in my opinion. Like it has so much recovery. Like if they jump, you're dead. You know.
Still have life steal. Still has really good set play.
If they fix 1-2 right there in between Tanya and Omni, Or I think it was in between Katana and Tanya, something like that.
I'm really good with punishment.
Did I drop Omni-Man? Yeah, I'm gonna be on Shao now, I think.
Baraka,
At least for my
still
Elder God
half-life
run.
to you, but the nerfs to him kinda like Cyrax kinda got deleted, so did he in a percent, but he's not bad. Like he still has a down one mind game, he can still play it with Striker. It's just not as good. Like
Wait, hold on.
As good, but still...
Sonic said Baraka still have live shoot and then said you could play with Striker. Dude, the absolutely optimal Baraka Striker stuff does like 38%. Like, I don't know. I feel like Sonic needs to actually investigate that.
Like for reference, I think all these characters in this game can win a major. I think they're all really good in their own unique ways. Even Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I think even though they're the worst characters in the game, I still think they can win majors. That's why I think the lowest tier is A tier, because the game's just kind of like that. Rain, honestly, Rain.
Yeah, Rain's better than Baraka. Come on.
A plus tier, to be honest. Yeah, he might be the best A plus tier, to be honest. Rain, really good zoning, really good space control, really good damage.
I don't think Hourglass would have done so well without Melina being a bit higher than that. Well, you got to remember, like, it's still A plus tier, right? Like, the statement Sonic's kind of making is that, like, all these characters are still really good. You just have to be the better player. Other characters are just better, right? Like, I got top 3 in Kala with Baraka, Striker, and I honestly feel like that team's, like, not that good. But you just have to outplay, and that might sound egotistical for me to say, but, you know, I'm just the Baraka Papa. What can I say? But, yeah, there are better characters to pick. Also, another thing about Melina is not everyone's going to floss block 1-2, not even, like, tournament players, just based off the sheer fact that, you know, we're only 2 months into the game. Like, people, they got a lot of improving to do, stuff like that. Yo, Unbearable, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you, bro. Hope you had a good stream.
All of his conversions, he plays really well with a lot of characters. Some characters give him strike though. If Cyrax was still 2 bars, like I said, Rain instantly shoots from right here to right here, but Cyrax is kind of deleted right now, so it's a kind of a waiting game for Rain to go back to his full glory. But it's still really good. Like I could see him. I could see him being up here. Like honestly, I could see him being up here. He's a really solid character.
Yeah, like if you watch Rips Arena, Javier got second in the finale, which in my opinion, like, so I was doing a top 10 players list yesterday, and in doing that, I was making like tiers of the events so far. And I think Rips Arena is as important to do well in as any tournament besides ECT. Like ECT is in its own tier of like, okay, if you did well at ECT, you got to be ranked high. But I think below, like the tier below that, Rips Arena is like right there. And Javier got second in that. And not only did Javier get second in that, everyone he was fighting knew the matchup because they play him all the time. And he still was winning. You know what I mean? Like Stand 2 is still one of the best buttons. He still gets really good meterless damage. And you could do stuff into Spear into Striker. So, yeah, you could still win with Scorpion. It's just, you know, he's lower, you know? Yeah, I remember that. When that set he played against Gotham City Goon on y'all's event, that was such a good set. Yeah, he was doing like those 53% combos. That was crazy.
I'm like looking at like Kung Lao.
But the Rips finale was post-patch. The Rips finale was post-patch. And he was using Striker. He was doing the same stuff just without the big combos, you know?
But there are some things that are really annoying about Kung Lao. Like I really hate it. This might be a personal thing, but I really find this character really irritating to deal with.
I feel like Sonic's moved Kung Lao like 6 times already.
Just a little bit. I think Havoc is a little bit more solid than these 2 characters.
I feel like Havoc is way better than that still. Havoc Striker's a dumbass team. I'm telling y'all.
Put Reptile right here. I think Reptile, yeah, looking at all these characters, I think Reptile is the best out of all these characters. I think the tower is a little bit better.
Nah, Livius, they just added like the Thanksgiving Fatal for like Friday or something.
Better than Melina though? Let me see how. Yeah, actually, I actually do think the tower is better than Melina. Let me get into Reptile. Reptile. So here's my opinion, my honest opinion about Reptile. Yeah, in the combat, I think.
Let me see my opinion on Reptile because I don't want to like, if I say the same thing as Sonic, I don't want it to be like I'm piggybacking. And again, I haven't watched this, so I think Reptile's good. His back 3 is like one of the best neutral buttons in the whole game, and like counter poking buttons. It just sucks that the gap is so big in it, right? Like that holds him back from being like top tier. And also though, his meterless damage is so good. It's like as good as Omni-Man's. Like Reptile and Omni-Man probably the best meterless damage. He can't really go much beyond that, but without the certain cameo, but it's really good. And you add like an ambush cameo to make EX dash like a real blockstream kind of thing. And he's good. He's good. It's just, is Reptile better than like these characters? Probably not, you know? And a big problem with Reptile is like his projectile game is not that good. Whenever you fight Reptile, I feel like if you haven't played Reptile yourself, you see Force Ball and you're like, oh my god, Force Ball. I can't jump Force Ball because it's Force Ball and like it's so big. But in this game, Force Ball has so much recovery. Like you could just jump it and you win. He has to like EX it to make it like not easily jumpable for a full combo. Whereas like in MKX, you could throw a Force Ball, and then by the time Force Ball's out there, they can't jump because you can anti-air them and you can like dash with it, stuff like that. This game doesn't really work like that unless you EX it, you know? And so yeah, his projectile game really kind of shit unless you have like resources. He has one of the best buttons in the game as far as like counter poking and neutral, but you know, huge ass gap in it. And meterless damage good though. Meterless damage really good. His button's not that bad, you know. So he's not trash, but I think he's lower end for sure.
I think so too. I think low key Sindel might be top 2. Like I unironically think Sindel might actually be top 2, like high key. But sorry, I was talking about Reptile. So Reptile kind of actually has everything. He literally has everything you want in a character. He has a 7-frame Punisher that's plus on block that leads into pressure. It's a lot of mind games. He has really, really good footsie tools. A decent armor wake-up attack. Probably one of the worst ones, but it's not like it gets the job done. It can be good for anti-zoning. So he goes from okay, and then so here's my opinion. When he's visible, he is right here. When he turns invisible, he is right here. Okay, that is honestly how I feel about Reptile. You know what? I'm gonna put him right here. Actually, I'm gonna put him right here. That is honestly how I feel about Reptile because his damage is a little. For meterless, the meterless damage and zoning is a little too high.
Yo, Abyss, thank you so much for the 5 subs, Abyss. Thank you so much, bro. You're doing well, man. Well, thank you. One thing I wanted to say about Reptile, someone in my chat said Reptile gets zoned. I actually disagree big time, because he has an armored slide, so you could just, if you have meter, you can meterless slide too. Like slide goes, the thing about Reptile slide is it's slow, but it goes down quick. So you could react to projectiles with it, and even if you can't react to a certain projectile, you could armor slide. So I don't agree with the Reptile getting zoned. I just think his zoning is trash. Whereas like with Reptile, you kind of expect a mix, like you get that force ball game going, stuff like that. But his force ball game is just like, so I never played MK9, but at least compared to MKX, his force ball game is fucking dog shit compared to MKX. That's a big thing that holds him back a little bit for me.
It's actually some of the best in the entire game. And
also, this tier list is based off Sonic's preference. No, it's not. It's who Sonic thinks is the best. It's not like who Sonic likes more or whatever.
His pressure is pretty good. He has so many.
And Abyss, thank you again, bro.
Not to mention his movement is fucking godlike. Like I actually think this character is.
Yeah, this is all going up on YouTube.
Really bullshit. But he's really good. Like when I watch Honeybee play Reptile, I'm like, yeah, this is probably how I'd play Reptile. The only other way
None of his approach or full screen? Yeah, but you could literally like micro dash or like just dash at a projectile and then armored slide and then you got to punish.
I'd play Reptile.
And then you're in.
Is I would learn Kano and just round start, begin, throw knives, and turn invisible. And I don't really think there's much that they can do about that. But I really think this character is really stupid. He's just really solid. Like all these characters are just really solid. Moving on, Natara. She's actually glass cannon. Really good.
Here's another thing. I know Sonic just moved on to Natara. Here's another thing where I kind of contradicted myself. I said Reptile's like meterless damage is so good, and he needs a meter for Force Ball to be good. So maybe us Reptile players, and I know like you'll be like, oh, Tweedy, you're not Reptile. I made a top 8 with Reptiles. So shut the fuck up. Reptiles, like, maybe we need to use all our meter on Force Ball. Just slow Force Ball, and then keep damage meterless, and maybe that will make him better. and then have an ambush along with slow force ball. I don't know. That might be the tech. I don't know.
Mix-ups, really good, like probably one of the best strike throws in the entire game.
He was
the
good retro.
Actual best movement in the entire game.
You would have Socio.
Fully silent with punishment. Blood sacrifice is such a broken move in this game right now. People are fucking sleeping.
Yeah, they made that move way better.
Yeah, like if this character touches you, you lose 40. Like she's like it's legit just 40 like meterless like with a lot of cameos. I quite enjoyed playing her a lot. She's like a fun character. Yeah.
I agree with the Nasara take.
People are talking about Reptile's invisibility. The reason why Reptile's invisibility could arguably be better than Smoke's is because he doesn't have to spend meter to do it, unlike Smoke. Smoke has to spend meter, and he has to make it count. Versus Reptile doesn't. That's what makes Reptile really cheap. He can just do it. And because of how good his zoning is, because you getting hit by a random ass fireball is actually 30%, he can kind of just throw it out of there. It's really, really cheap, I think. And with Scorpion in the corner, he can combo you. The reason why I really don't like fighting Reptiles is once he puts you in the corner, you actually get sub-played to death. Like,
yeah, but you don't want to use Scorpion with Reptile, though. I disagree. And I feel like Sonic even disagrees, because Sonic said earlier they would use Kano with Reptile. I feel like with Reptile, you want either low hat, or you want an ambush that hits them. That way you can make like EX dash like a real thing. You could get your invisibility out easier if you want to do that. You can get force ball out safer, stuff like that. Like Scorpion gives more damage to Reptile, but that's it, you know? I don't feel like that's a good cameo choice in the long run for him.
You actually get sub-played to death pretty badly too. So badly, in fact, I might actually put him up.
Damn, Reptile is just the Reptile stomps.
When I get cornered by literally any Reptile and then they go invisible, I legit feel like I'm
Reptile stonks are going up.
It's a little different than Smoke. I feel because Smoke has to take risks versus Reptile. He legit, because he has such a launching projectile, he legit can space you out and be like what Honeybee does is that he turns invisible, does a hard knockdown, does a meaty fireball that makes it like plus 20 or some shit like that, and then he does another one, and like you just can't do anything. You actually just can't do anything. You kind of have to just sit there and watch. Like, yeah, you kind of have to sit there and watch him. This character is a really cheap character. Like, I really don't like. He's just so fundamentally sound. Like he's such a fundamentally sound character. His standing 3 is a war crime too. Like I honestly think this character is really stupid. Not enough people play him to his fullest potential, I think. Yeah, his presence on the screen is just really.
Dude, Reptile above Lee May is crazy though. Like I don't know, in Melina, like I don't know.
I mean, he makes me like I like a lot of characters. I'm just like, oh, we're gonna play some good out neutral.
I'm on board with Reptile being good though.
Makes me really uncomfortable to play neutral against because he can kind of just say fuck neutral. I'm gonna put him a little better than Smoke. I think he's slightly better than Smoke. Because you can't mash on Reptile too. That's a big thing. Yeah, Havoc. Honestly, I don't know too much about this character.
Okay. Thank God. Because, like, if Sonic was going to sit here and say Havoc's bad, like, I was going to have to, like, die on a hill. Because I think Havoc Striker is a dumbass team right now. Like, I think Havoc Striker is maybe, like, top 10 potential. You watch Han Rashid play, you watch Mr. Strange play. That team is dumb as fuck. Like, I think, like, Striker elevates Havoc in the same way that, like, Lau elevates Sindel. So I'm glad Sonic said that and wasn't just, like, the character's trash or whatever.
It's really good, and his meterless conversions are pretty good, but I kind of just think there's characters that do what he wants to do better than him. Because here's the thing about Havoc, right? I feel like his entire thing is supposed to be that unblockable setup, right? But it costs 2 bars and doesn't do a lot of damage. Now, if the unblockable didn't scale...
See that used to be his game plan, but with Striker, what you can do is you can do like his long mids, or you could do his projectile. You could throw bombs, and then you save your meter. What you save your meter for with Havoc Striker is those conversions where you hit him with the EX bonk with the bombs and you make him convert. Have y'all seen like that clip on Twitter of like Beyond Toxin? I'm about to pull it up. Real quick if y'all haven't seen that. It's going to be a black screen for a second. What you end up saving your meter for with that team is the EX bonk. And when you hit him with EX bonk with Striker bombs, they fucking explode. They fucking explode with that shit. Here, I'm about to show y'all. EX Bonk with the striker bot. See, that's what you save your meter for now with Havoc. You don't save it for unblockables. You save it for EX Bonk. And I'm about to show y'all real quick. You can do stuff like this.
Okay.
The quality's not too good because it's Twitter.
Looks fun to play. It's pretty fun. Cap. Oh, brother.
Look at this. Look at this. Shit doesn't scale. That's 2 bars. 60%. Off his main string, too. See, so you can do stuff like that. You might not have meter for... You might not have like 2 bars and Fatal Blow, but even if you have 1 bar, you could still, like... So this first hit, like... EX Bonk, that's 19%, like, not scaling, really. And then you go into the bomb from there, and then you go into the ender. That's still, like, a good 30-something%. And then you can go into more pressure into bombs. Like, this team is just... I say, like... People need to play it, but people are playing it. It's just, I guess Sonic hasn't really played against it or fought it. Because, like, again, like, there was a Champions of the Realm Grand Final where it was literally Havoc, Striker, Mirror. Both sides, you know what I'm saying? So people are playing that team, and it's fucking good. It definitely elevates him, I would say.
You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, I think he's just kind of okay. Like, he's solid. Like, he has good with punishment. Good buttons. Good zoning. I think it's like when you play him with Kano or Striker, it's just fucking like this entire screen is just a party game for a little bit. Yeah. I agree. I think the moment they make his unblockable not scale, he'll instantly shoot up to like right here. But in the meantime, like he's okay. Like he's not terrible. He's just really weird. He's a really weird character. Sub-Zero could arguably be up here. People need to play him better. I honestly think he has pretty much all. He has a solid mid, pretty good hit confirmable. He has an armored launcher with Sonya. I think what makes Sub-Zero really stupid is kind of his runaway game, but people don't really abuse it really well. His runaway is like some of the best in the entire game, and can actually be really, really, really polarizing in certain matchups, where characters have to like straight up deal with it. I'm gonna actually put him up here. I think Scorpion's the only character in nature. I actually think.
All right, I feel like we already kind of know Sonic's takes on these 2 characters. Does Sonic like move stuff around more? Okay, so there was a lot of movement. Okay, let's see. I want to see what Sonic says about Shang here.
Yeah, his mids are kind of shit. That's the only reason he's down here. Every other character in this game has some pretty solid mids going for them, except this character. And I really think if you don't have a solid mid, you're kind of shit in this game. That's the only reason that's in here why he's not moving for me. But his neutral is pretty solid. Neutral is really solid.
All right, when does Sonic talk about Shang?
Sindel, fucking meta. Okay. I'm gonna do that. that was the only one I kept looking at it and I was just like, I really think Shang Tsung's really fucking broken. Because he's one of the few characters in the game that has a game-breaking mechanic, which is EX Morph. So I really think this character's really stupid.
Okay.
Say this is your ordered tier list. Like, the lowest tier is A+ tier in this game, but that's not bad, because characters can kind of just do bullshit-ass things in this game. Like, every character can win. I think every character's viable. This is the most balanced MK, by far. Like, easily.
Yeah, I agree, because like we said, we saw Javier, like, win EU tournaments, even got second post-patch in Rip's finale with Scorpion, and Scorpion, a lot of people are saying, is bottom 1, so I would agree this is the most balanced MK. That's going to be it for my review of Sonic's tier list. So let's go character by character. So Kenshi, Johnny. I would personally have Johnny, but I'm not going to go placement by placement what I disagree with. I'm just going to... So, like, generally, I wouldn't put Shang up there. I wouldn't put Reich up there. I'd have him, like, down here. I agree with Omni-Man. I agree with Baraka, who are, like, the 2 I played the most. I would have Lao a little bit higher. I'd have Reptile a little bit lower, for sure. I would have Havoc a lot higher. Personally, I'd have Havoc a lot higher. Melina a little bit higher. But besides that, I mostly agree, and I think Sonic's logic on a lot of things is correct. And I think, like, Sindel is, like, kind of showing of, like, how we need to investigate more. Because I feel like if you get the right cameo synergy with the character, it could really boost them from like middle of the cast to top tier. Because y'all might be saying like, again, oh, Sonic is just making Sindel S. No, or S plus. No, literally, Sonic got put on by Koizi, who has been placing with that team like crazy. Koizi beat Dragon in that IKFK finale, got like 4th, and you might be like, oh, 4th. That was one of the most stacked tourneys yet. You know what I mean? And Koizi's won online tournaments too with that team. Like, that team is just insane. Like, when you synergize that good with Kung Lao, you're just going to be up there. So I'm wondering, like, can we find a cameo with one of these characters that we think are maybe middle of the cast right now that could maybe elevate them, you know, to top tier all of a sudden? Because that's possible in this game. And I feel like that's true with Havoc. I feel like Havoc is like top 15, maybe even top 10 with Striker. It's just more people need to, you know, expose that and show that. That's just my opinion, though. And maybe that's the case with, you know, a character like Shao, a character like Omni-Man, a character like fucking Baraka. We don't know. You know, we got to investigate. We got to, you know, put our lab coats on, and we don't know. But I agree mostly with what Sonic was saying, stuff like that. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Appreciate y'all. Later.